I know we've only known each other for 4 weeks and 3 days, but to me, it seems like 9 weeks and 5 days.
All right. Welcome all my garden enthusiasts and passionate plant people to the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. I'm Enoch and this is Layla. She's joining us for a minute here. We'll see how much longer we can get away with it. But anyways, thank you all so much for joining us today. Today is our 200th episode here on the Let's Get Growing show. A little bit later on in the show, we've got our friend Wendi Phan joining with us here. I knew this was going to be a bunch of fun. Say hi, Layla. Say hi to everybody. Wave. Can you wave? Can you say hi? All right. Yeah. Special guest here at the very top of the show. I just thought this would be fun for our two other shows. She was here hanging out with us. So, all right, everybody. Thank you again for being here. Also, too, if you can, jump in for a roll call. In fact, here, we'll just go ahead and let her go there. But jump in for a roll call here coming up here in just a couple of minutes here on the show, as well as I got to get this all together, right? Let's go ahead and click that like button. Let's hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of upcoming episodes, and share with all of your gardening friends. Come here, sweetheart. There you go. All right. Excellent, everybody, as well as let all of your garden friends know out there about the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. We're here as your 3-day gardening talk weekend here on the show here every Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. And of course, we do have our new show, The Green Room, on Monday evenings here at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and also here at the top of the show. Let's go ahead and give a big, huge shout out to all of you who are watching us on the replay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining us on your time. Definitely drop into our comments down below. Let us know you're here. Let us know what you got growing on. And yeah, if not, just drop in and say hi. I'd love to hear from all of you. So definitely drop into our comments there. And if you are here with us live right now here on the show, definitely join in on the conversation right now in the chat. And if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, go ahead and drop those into the chat and we will try to get those featured on the show here a little bit later on, especially those questions for Wendi a little bit later on when we get her here on with us too. So definitely do that, as well as follow all the links down below to our guests and our other social media here on the show. All right, everybody. Excellent. So that was a fun little attempt there. Again, it's not too easy to wrangle a little one like that, but I thought we would take it a little attempt at least to get her on. And I know I've shown you all pictures and everything before, but it's great to see you live on the show, right? So excellent, everybody. Again, thank you for being here on the show. Also, I did want to mention that if you didn't get a chance to check out our show yesterday, we had a really great show yesterday. We had Nate Murray from Garden Like a Viking back on the show with us. Yeah, we had a great conversation with him. Not only that, though, too, we did a double header. I was on Nate's channel over at Garden Like a Viking, and we did a fun interview over there on his channel. And then we all came over here a little bit later for our show yesterday as well, too. So that was really, really fun. Plus, we got to meet Amy from the Hobby Homestead. Amy was joining with us as well from the Hobby Homestead, and we had a really great conversation with her. So definitely go back, check out that show yesterday if you didn't get a chance to check it out, for sure. And yeah, right on. Also, I will let you all know too, we are back again tomorrow night. So I'll let you know for the Green Room with our good friend Natalie from the Fresh Princess. We'll have Habitual Hobbies and G Mama Grows joining with us tomorrow night on the Green Room. So definitely come and join with us for that show. It's really fun. We've been having a great time there. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing all of you over there for that fun conversation tomorrow evening. So right on, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here today. Again, it's our 200th show. I can't believe it. I mean, really, 200 shows. And we've had so many amazing guests over the last couple of years here on the show. And it's just been really awesome experience to be able to bring this show to you and to be able to have all of these just wonderful people to be able to come and join with us and, to learn more about the folks that are out there, sharing all of their gardens with us to help us learn a little bit more about growing in our garden spaces. So, that's just one of the real wonderful things about this show. And again, this is a type of show in the gardening community you're just not going to find anywhere else. And I do have to say that when it comes down to it, this is a really unique experience over here on the Let's Get Growing show for us in the gardening community. I mean, all of these folks that, like I said, these amazing guests like Nate yesterday, who we'll be talking just a little bit more towards the end of the show here as well too, but Mark from Self-Sufficient Me, my good friend John. We've had Jenna from Growfully with Jenna, all sorts of folks. I mean, I just could keep going and going and going when it comes down to it. And it just really is amazing to be able to have those conversations, for one, with these just really awesome gardening communicators, or as my good friend Mark Roche Colbert said recently, luminaries in the gardening community. And that's really true, that we have all of these just really wonderful, awesome people who come and join with us here on the show. So again, it's great to be celebrating 200 shows here with all of you as well too, because that's really the big key to everything here, is all of you folks who join with us each and every weekend, join with us on the replays as well too, and support our show. It's just, you guys just make this all really worth all the time it takes to put together such a show like this. So again, thank you all so much for being here, being a part of our community, and being so supportive of what we're doing here on the Let's Get Growing show. So, all right, everybody, let's go ahead and jump in real quick here and start seeing who we all got joining with us today. It is time for roll call.
My name is Kevin.
Yeah.
That is my name.
Yeah.
They call me Kevin.
Yeah.
Because that's my name.
Roll call.
All right. Roll call time. So that means right here at the top of roll call, we definitely want to say hello to our good friend Jay Dixon, who's joining us from the Midwestern Ontario in the lee of Lake Huron. And Jay is our facilitator and backstage producer anymore. Jay has really stepped up over the years here and helping us in so many different ways. So here on the 200 show, we definitely want to give Jay a big, huge shout out for all that she does for us backstage and in the chat and all of that as well too. We'll have her just a little bit later on in the show as well too. But right here at the top of roll call, let's all give Jay a big, huge shout out for everything that she does for us here. Just really awesome. Again, Jay, thank you. Also, again, too, another moderator we have here on the show, my good friend Adam, who lives just, down the road from him and up the road from me, I guess, right? But he lives right here nearby and a good friend of ours and moderator for our chat there as well, too. So thank you, Adam, again, too, for being here every weekend and helping us out and all of that as well, too. We really appreciate what you do here. Also, we got our good friend David from Bow to a Life, Triple G. Greetings, Global Gardeners. Right on. I love it. Excellent. And Joe from Muddy Puddles Farm joining us from Cornwall, UK. And Joe says, I've had no caffeine at all day. I'm suffering. Got to get that coffee. That's for sure, right? Yeah, that's got a great way to get your day started for sure. And Adam says, oh, special guest. Yeah, we tried there for a minute. We tried. That's right. My granddaughter, Layla, there for just a few minutes there to get the show started with. But she's still little and she's still got to get moving around. She can't sit still for very long. So I knew that was going to be the case, but it was really kind of fun to kind of have her on for just a minute there. So y'all get a chance, check her out there. I've shared pictures before, but she's growing fast. That's for sure. And I'll say this too. I sat her down right here and she just sat right in the chair just like it was her chair, and she was ready to have her own show a little bit earlier too. So that was really fun. Right on. And let's see, we got habitual hobbies in the chat. Excellent. I just mentioned just a little bit ago, we'll have habitual hobbies on the show with us tomorrow night. Really looking forward to that conversation. Robin Gardens, hello from Chicagoland. Cheerfully sunny but chilly day here, warming up again. Just pulled the cheesy garlic bread out of the oven. Now the longest 15 minutes until we can eat it. Oh my gosh, that sounds so delicious. But yeah, thank you again, Robin, for being here and joining with us today. It's great to see you here. And let's see, David says he's joining us from the Emerald Coast of Florida, Panhandle, and he says it's 72 degrees there, nice and sunny. Oh yeah, all of you, again, all of you in this those southern parts of the states, is just make us all so jealous. It's so warm and everything too. Big Will Dog, great to see you. Awesome to have you here with us today. Hello, everyone, and happy 200th. Glad to be here with all you wonderful folks. That's right. Excellent. Thank you for being here for our 200th episode. And we got Sean the Gardener joining with us here. Evening, everyone, watching from Cornwall, UK. Awesome, Sean. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us in the evening there over in the UK. It's great to have you all over here with us. I see John Jude in the conversation. Let's see here. We got Riz Lex. Awesome. Joining us from India. Cheers. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Awesome to have you here with us, as well as Paul from Guten Gardening joining with us here. And great to have you here with us, Paul. Thank you so much. Right on. Let's move on through here. I'm hoping we get to everybody here. Excellent. I see Janet joining with us here too as well. We got hi from 80s in Central Texas. Yeah, I know you guys are warm down there. Missing winter here, missing snow. Would love a weekend of snow. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of folks in the audience as well too that would be surely glad to share some snow with you if you were willing to share some of that nice, hot, warm weather. That's for sure. And we've got Rebel Ruth joining with us. Howdy, y'all, from the land of Texas. Awesome. Hope you're all having a great day there too as well. But right on, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping in there here at the top of the show for roll call. And if you didn't get mentioned here, definitely continue to let us know you're here. Let us know where you're growing from, what you got growing on, all that sort of stuff. We'll try to keep those featured throughout the show if we can. And definitely, like I said, if you got any questions or anything for our guests coming up here, definitely drop those into the chat as well too. But it's about time here. We got a little bit of and I'll just kind of give you a little warning here. We got a little bit of a long one for our In the Garden segment this week. We're kind of going back a month or two this weekend for In the Garden. We had a little extra one that was in the books there that Mark filmed for us back in January when we didn't do any shows during our winter break. So it's a good time. We'll go ahead and check that one out today. And I'll get back with all of you here just a little bit and we'll get moving on with this show. So everybody enjoy In the Garden with Mr. MBC.
Hey guys, Mark Boucher Colbert, NBC, out here at Franciscan Montessori Earth School, where I'm the garden specialist. It was a beautiful day today in January. It still is actually. And that for me signifies time to get outside and start pruning. It's a real ritual of winter that I observe every year. I teach my kids how to do it. We have a lot of woody perennials in our garden. We have lots of fruit trees behind me. I'm ringed with all kinds of fruit trees. And then we have any number of roses. I just was trimming back some golden currants, so it can be natives as well as more cultivated plants. And when you're pruning, you're just making some intentional cuts to do things like open up a pathway, to open the plant to more light and air circulation, to potentially increase your fruit yields, to maintain a situation of safety if there's a branch at eye level that could be a hazard to you, etc., etc. There's a reason. If you can think of a reason to make the cut, that's pruning. It's intentional, right? Now, I like to think of pruning as a kind of a long-term conversation with the plant. So just because you have a particular intention doesn't mean that the plant will reply and comply exactly with your intention. You're going to have to watch what the plant does, and the next year approach it again. You may have to consider your methodology, see if you were, if you had the right information, if you had the right knowledge to try to guide the plant in the way you wanted. And maybe you've learned something, maybe you've just learned by observing the plant. So you go at it again. You have this kind of long, beautiful conversation over the years in your garden with the woody plants that you prune and try to shape and keep healthy. One thing I think is important to remember, we do a lot of pruning in the winter, but it's not the only time you can do pruning. Winter pruning is really awesome because most of our deciduous trees, I think we see that sumac in the back there, right there. Yeah, let's see if I get my hand there. There we go, right there. Things like that, and then there's like I think I got a pear there, I got a plum right behind me, etc., etc. All these trees, the architecture is beautifully visible. We can see everything about the branch structure, and we make really clear choices about what we want to do because it's all there before us. So that's one of the great advantages of the winter. The whole form and structure is there, and although you may sometimes be pulling a branch out of a tree that you've cut and snag on some other branches, the chances for damage are a lot less than when you have leaves all over them, which is going to be the downside of pruning in the summer. So pruning in the winter is awesome because we see the structure, it's very clear, and we run the least risk of damaging the plant in terms of physical damage by moving the material around. In the summer, here's the downside of winter pruning. We're just coming out of winter and getting ready for that big spring boost of energy, the plant drawing reserves up from the ground to produce branches, leaves, flowers, etc. And so when we make a cut in the winter, the plant is going to be responding by sending a lot of growth energy up and stimulating bud tissue to compensate for that and create more branches. So we often will get a flush of new branches near or in place of where we just pruned off a branch. And then that will have to be addressed in the years to come. So regrowth happens a lot. Now, if we wait till the summer to prune, as I mentioned with winter, the contrary is true. You don't see the branch structure very well. It's a lot harder to get into the tree, and you risk doing more damage because the leaves catch with each other. There's just a lot more things, a lot more surfaces, and so that's problematic. But because the plant is on the downside of the season, energies, if anything, are starting to be withdrawn into the plant. I mean, you want to do it early enough. You don't want to do it in mid to late fall. Don't prune then, because then the plant will be subjected to the cold, the wet of winter without having had time to seal off the cut. So you want to do usually right after solstice. There's a window of a couple of months there till about mid-September that I can summer prune some trees, and then you want to lay off. You don't want to be pruning too late into the fall. But if you do that, the tree is able to kind of heal things off, but then because energy is dropping, it will not signal in bud tissue to regenerate and grow. So you don't get as much regrowth, so that's good. The cut you make is what you will see pretty much the next year, whereas in spring you may get a lot of additional shoots and a lot of additional woody material. Let's talk about some of the tools that I use, because again, as in all things with gardening, tools are really our total ally and allow us to do this work well and effectively. I don't know any gardener who doesn't have a pair of hand shears, or the British like to call them after the French, the secateurs, which means, I think, the dryers. I don't know why they call them that. If anybody knows, let me know. Anyway, hand pruners, really good to have at the ready. Keep it in your pocket, keep it in a little holster. And the great thing about this is it's a lightweight tool. It's very functional. It's great for snipping small branches. So as I'm going around, I can be, almost any time of the year except very late, mid to late fall, I can be going around and shaping plants as I like, making little cuts as I see them. Sometimes that is the best time to do pruning, right? Not to save it for one big time, but to go around and trim as you like. You can also, of course, deadhead. So many things you could do with these. But as every tool has its limits, and the thing about pruning tools is that when too much effort is required, when you start to strain, that's a sign that maybe you need to level up with a different tool. So if I took this section of branch, I've been cutting the thin sections out at the edge, and this section is maybe a ½ inch. All of a sudden now I'm kind of forcing it. I could do it, but it's gritting my teeth. I'm kind of clenching my jaw. I can tell there's a little bit more effort required. So in this case, I want to use an ingenious invention that is added to certain pruners that helps magnify our hand strength. And some people, especially maybe as you get older, your grip strength isn't as strong. So you may want to level up to something like this, which has a mechanism in it. Let's see if we can get that, called a ratchet, which is a series of notches. Think of this as a series of steps. Instead of jumping from the ground level to a 5-foot platform, which would be difficult for me to do, you can walk up 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, depending on how many notches there are, and then get to that level that you need to get with much less effort, right? So same thing with a cut. Whereas I could probably do this, I did it with that other pruner. I'm gonna get a slightly bigger stick, which would really be a strain. This is maybe double the size of the other one, maybe ½ inch. And yeah, I would be really hard pressed to cut through this. Nope, not happening. When you're using that much effort, you're probably going to damage the tree. You're probably going to make a cut that you can't finish. You're probably going to wiggle the pruners and just create raggedy edges. You don't want any of that. So move up to a different tool. This one's going to allow you to cut, release until you hear a click, and the lever's going to move up 1 notch. There's the click. Cut again, squeeze again, release until you hear the click. There's the click. Cut again, squeeze again, release until you hear the click, and then final cut through. So that divided one cut into 4, and as a result, even though I'm straining a little bit, especially on the third cut, the first 1 or 2 are not that hard, but then I get through and it's reduced some of my labor. Now, if I'm having a hard time cutting, that may also be, the blade might not be sharp. There's other factors there. But this kind of ratchet system can really make a difference. Another thing that helps you gain more leverage is longer handles. Longer handles make more leverage. So we go from hand pruners to a series of loppers. And again, let's see if I can do this with one handle. Yeah, once I have this deep in the mouth of the pruner, and that's where you're going to get your best cutting effort. So even here, okay, look, maybe this isn't enough, right? You see me straining, you see me kind of jamming the tool like that. I made the cut, but was that pretty? No. Was that nice for the tree? Probably not. And has a lot of potential for damage. So even there, let's move up. Let's just get some longer handles, right? Let's get more leverage. And then I can start to take a bigger piece of wood, like this, get it in there again. Like I want to go deep in the notch because that's where I'm going to have. And then there we go, pretty easy. And then we can continue to hybridize these things. And here, for example, is a really amazing tool. I use this a lot. This one is the Fiskars Ratchet Drive. I will say Fiskars is a great tool company and I use their tools. I have a lineup of many of their other tools here. These are their little hand pruners. Really good, really light. One thing that's a problem though, and I don't like everything about Fiskars, the little closure, see it there? It's broken, so it doesn't go into that notch. I bought like 6 or 8 of these. All those closures broke. That's annoying. I hope Fiskars fixes that. But for most of their other stuff, their tools are great. I broke, and they all have a lifetime warranty. I broke this blade, for example. I wrote to Fiskars, sent them a picture. They sent me a new blade. Awesome. So again, this has a ratchet system. Besides the longer handles for leverage, it also has a ratchet system. So let's see if we can get this done. So once I have this in the jaws, I'm going to squeeze, and then I'm going to open until I hear the click. So you don't open all the way, you just go until you hear the click. Squeeze down again, open until I hear the click, and each time let's see if we can get there, you'll watch it advance here. See how it advances? One up, and then last one. Boom. So that's really lovely, really easy, beautiful tool. You know, I'd probably have something like a small one in my pocket, and then have one of these. If I were going to make an investment, one of these really does the job. Now, once you start getting into complicated situations where you need to move around to make a precise cut, long-handled tools don't always do it, right? You can't do it with a short-handled pruner. You don't have enough leverage. And the long-handled tools cannot always maneuver in tight situations where you need to make a precision cut. So then we go to the little saws, the pruning saws. And I definitely always have a pruning saw with me too when I'm in the trees. These will have some kind of locking mechanism. See if we can, oh yeah, this one you press down here. They're not always obvious. Press on this little lever, retract the blade, then it locks primarily so the blade, if there's any pressure on the blade, it won't close on your fingers. These pruning saws are devilishly sharp. You have to be super careful when you're using them. I've made many mistakes knowing full well that I shouldn't be doing something, like sawing toward myself through a thin branch, and then it goes jamming into my fingers and blood. It's a bloody mess. Try not to do that. Try not to injure yourself when you're pruning. I love this little saw. This one can get in really tight. This one's made by Zenport. Here's a little bit bigger one. Right, and then the fun goes on, right? And one of the fun things about gardening is, of course, there's as many tools as a gardener has needs. So here's, again, one of my favorites. I love this tool. Look at that, a telescoping Fiskars saw. So this, by pressing this button, this handle elongates, and this handle elongates, giving me many, many feet of reach, right? Let's see, we can't even capture that. Here, I'm gonna get behind here. See if we can capture that. Can you even see the blade? I don't know, yeah, I guess you can. There it is, waving. So that's, I got about 10 feet. Now, I don't say that it would be easy to saw with this whole thing extended. It can be rather tiring. When you're working with saws too, you're gonna get a rain of sawdust and shavings on you. So you probably want some goggles or safety glasses or something. But anyway, this is a beautiful tool that I use all the time. Of course, we all know ladders are dangerous, trees are tall. Don't go on ladders if you can avoid it. If you have to, buy an even longer one. This one goes, this is another Fiskars. This is a combo bypass pruner here. See the blade? With this 2-pulley system that gives you extra leverage. This thing can telescope to 20 feet. There's Florian is another great pruning company. This is a telescoping pole pruner with a pulley and a ratchet system. See, so like some of the other ones we've had. So these let you get way up there, and you can do a bang up job with the correct tools. So pruning, you know, if I were gonna choose 3 tools to prune with, I'd probably get a ratchet hand pruner, a tiny little saw that fit right in my pocket, and a little beefier ratchet-driven loppers, and I think those three are the ones that I turn to the most. All the others are great, though. I use them all for different purposes, for different size trees, and I think it's a great relationship to have with your garden. You're out there, you're nurturing your garden. It's kind of a dead time of the year, a little bit, but we're just about to start some seeds, aren't we? I know some of you probably already have. Anyway, it's a great meditation. Pruning is artistic. It's very nourishing and it's very absorbing. And I know, especially for me in this most troubling of times that we live in, something that can take us out of ourselves and just put us in the presence of nature is a tremendously healing thing. And when we feel like we're in this conversation or communion with this other being, and we're cutting it, but it's not to do damage. It's trying to help. It's trying to support this tree in its growth. It's trying to guide and shape this growth. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful relationship to be in over the years with these amazing beings, the trees and the shrubs that are part of our garden life. So I hope you're enjoying some pruning. I hope you have found some tools that are effective for you and allow you to do the job safely and effectively. And I'll see you next time in the garden with MBC.
Ivory Organic was founded on the gardening concept of whitewashing, simply lightening your plants to better tolerate weather extremes, transplant shock, and so much more. Such a valuable gardening practice that farmers have been doing it since BC times. However, in recent years, most research has been caring for plants and trees using latex and tar-based products which are designed to last 100 years but fall off your plants within 1 to 2 years as your plants grow, contaminating your garden soil indefinitely. Available in colors white or more natural looking colors such as brown, green, gray, and grayish. Ivory Organic has 2 general categories of whitewash products. The 3-in-1 Plant Guard, which includes 7 natural oils including castor, cinnamon, clove, garlic, peppermint, rosemary, and spearmint, which offer insect and rodent repellent protection, and the whitewash oil-free formula. Both products also have diatomaceous earth in the base ingredients, which naturally offer some insect repellent protection too. As always, keep growing with Ivory Organics and wishing you all happy gardening.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And again, thank you to Mark for such a wonderful, informative segment there on pruning. Lots and lots. He's such a good teacher. I love how he shows everything and everything like that. So again, thank you to Mark for doing that for us, for In the Garden. Also, too, just to let you know, if you didn't catch last week's shows, we did have Mark with us, joining us on last Saturday's show from the Northwest Flower and Garden Festival. Yeah, it was really fun to catch up with him there, showing us around live, around the different aspects of that fun garden show. That's probably one of the biggest shows in the nation, or at least this North America, at least, anyways. But really fun, really great show. Go back and check that one out if you haven't seen that show yet. Also, last Sunday we had Joe from Muddy Puddles Farm on the show, along with Jay taking over the show. That's right. I took the day off last Sunday, and Jay took over and had a really great conversation with Joe from Muddy Puddles Farm. You want to go back and check that out, as well as our Monday, the Green Room, Monday evening show with our good friend Natalie from the Fresh Princess, our co-host. We got to talk with Nick Federoff from Things Green, as well as David from Bowtie Life in the Garden. So again, really great conversation with those two. This Green Room show is really, really fun. If you haven't had a chance to check out any of our Monday night shows, you definitely want to come and join with us tomorrow night. But if you didn't get a chance to check out last week's, definitely come and check that show out, and leave us a comment. Let us know you were there too as well. All right, everybody. Again, it's our 200th show today. Can you believe it? It's already 200 again. It just seems like yesterday we were doing our 100th show. And then it seems like the day before we were doing our very first show. And you know what's the one thing that's common about both of those shows is, yeah, that's right. We had our good friend Wendi Phan from Wendiland as our guest on the show with us. That's just to get this all started, back again for our 100th, and now back again for our 200th. So, all right, just one second. and we'll have our featured guest here.
You never know when you might learn something, and that's what this is about for me. These are people that I admire. Please welcome my next guest.
All right, everybody. Let's welcome to the show our good friend, Wendi Phan from Wendiland. How are you doing, Wendi?
Hey, thanks for having me again. Good.
Oh,
How are you guys
yes.
doing?
I see you're out traveling around, huh?
I am, and I'm trying to figure out how do I get back to seeing, making sure I'm in the frame, right? I can't really see much. It's my
I
first
can
time
see
around.
you. We
Okay,
can see you
that's good
good and
enough.
hear you good.
Hey,
Definitely.
everyone.
Hey, awesome to have you back. Awesome. Like I say,
Congratulations.
isn't that something?
200th episode. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, it just seems like yesterday we were celebrating the 100th.
Just
Here we are, 200 again. And then I was just saying that we've got our new show on Monday evenings, The Green Room. So now we're probably going to be very fastly at 300 before you know it as well, too.
Don't know how you do it. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so much fun. It's so much fun because you know what? I get to hang out with all these wonderful people who come here every weekend, our audience, and comes here to enjoy all these great conversations with awesome gardeners like yourself, Wendi. I mean, again, I was mentioning at the beginning of the show how lucky and fortunate we've been as a gardening show like this to be able to have so many awesome, amazing people come and join us as guests for this show. Just really, really one of the most fortunate things just for me personally. Like I said, that's what makes all this so much fun.
Yep. Always getting to learn and hear stories and connecting with different types of gardeners.
Yeah. Like I say, you're not going to find this kind of conversation in the gardening community anywhere else than right here on Let's Get Growing. So it's awesome again to have you here. Tell us again too, you're out traveling and doing some stuff. What are you up to there?
I'm actually going to check out one of my buddies. He's actually one of the growers I connect with that helps me grow some of the plants because I do ship in the US some plants and it's almost springtime. So I'm checking up on some things and seeing whatever is up, if there's anything to harvest. It's just it's also fun for me, to a little like a day getaway
for the day and go check on things and see what's going to be available so you can kind of get things tuned in for the new year on the shop.
Pretty much. And I'm just parked right here at the plaza, making sure that I get no reception later. So I pretty much just have to do this here.
Yeah. We've had to have that a few times here on the show as well too, is like folks who have to pull over somewhere and find some reception somewhere to get on and everything. But
you never know where gardener's gonna be.
That's right.
Up on the tree or under in a cave. I don't know.
Tell us about some of these plants you're going to be checking on.
I'm going to be checking on a few that I have them help me grow, mostly like herbs and medicinal herbs.
Yeah.
And one of them right now, it's actually been such a big hit that I'm growing the ashitaba plant.
Okay.
And it's also called tomorrow's leaf. And it's like Japanese herb that does really well in our climate, actually, in zone 10. Also up down to, I think, zone 8. It might go dormant in the winter, but they'll come back if you protect it really well. I mean, like Japan does snow, even though they do have some more tropical areas. But like this plant does tolerate the cold a little better than some other tropical plants that I grow, which would require more like just bringing it indoor to overwinter. And this one is like really picky. They're super finicky in how like to germinate them, so they're a little more difficult. Like they're very specific. So like I used to carry the seeds, like have the seeds on the shop, but I don't anymore just because it's hard to germinate them and germination rate is low. So I have some growing and transplanted, and then I'm gonna go check up on some more and just to see how they're doing, so I can get some more up because it's gardening season coming up.
I know, how exciting, right?
It is.
Well, at least for the most of us, but I'm sure you've been growing and doing lots of stuff here where you live, right?
I have been testing indoor gardening as well, because some of you guys, may not have our 90-degree weather today. It's actually really unexpected, like suddenly climbing out like this high in
Yeah.
temperature. Yeah, but
Yeah, we've had a
I
little bit here up in Southern Oregon too. It's kind of, and maybe it's
you
part
guys
of that
get the heat
same
wave as
system where
well.
it's kind of warming up.
Yeah.
Not like as much as you're getting it, but it's
Yeah,
definitely
no, it was like an oven yesterday. I'm not complaining though, but like some plants are confused, the winter
yeah.
crops are like, is it summer? Is it winter? And it's just like stresses them, and then they want to bolt, and then it's cool again. And
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, that's the same
yes.
thing. Like here for us, we've got like a lot of the spring flowers, the bulbs and things that want to pop up.
Mm,
And
mm-hmm.
they do that, as things start to warm up. But it's,
Yep.
it's there's again in a lot of places you hear about this all the time is like these false springs, you know what I mean, that people have. And this is
This is
just kind of an
definitely fall
early,
summer.
yeah, you got a false summer going on for sure. You're jumping right past spring. But yeah, for
Yeah,
us,
like
it's
should I
kind of a
start my
false
peppers
spring.
now?
I know.
Yeah.
And yeah, these poor flowers though too is they get up and they pop up and everything thinking it's all
Yeah.
warm and springtime, and then another
Yeah,
freeze
like
or
my
frost comes
nasturtiums are like,
by.
okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's interesting because the nasturtium usually is not really a trap crop for me. Maybe because I had a lot more shade, but this year I'm growing some on the rooftop. So
Yeah.
like I'm like, oh, it's actually like a trap crop right now. People use it for that purpose, and I
Yeah.
don't usually see pests on mine, but I do now with more sun up there. So those are really interesting for me. Yeah, and like I
Yeah.
said, I was trying to do some indoor stuff just so some of everyone
Yeah.
else who's like in the colder
Yeah.
states can actually get a little bit of gardening growing inside the house.
Yeah. Yeah. And even though it's maybe not as necessary for you, it's still kind of something fun. Is that something what have you been putting together as far as that indoor garden?
Yeah, I actually just dropped a video yesterday. If you guys want to check it out on the channel,
Yeah.
it's growing. I grew like dwarf tomatoes from seeds of Baker Creek Seeds. The two varieties, like the
Oh
orange hat
yeah.
and what is it, micro Tom. There's like
Yeah.
other dwarf varieties too. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
got
did a red
some.
robin last year, I think was one of the ones I did.
Ooh, how was
And I've
that?
done the orange hat too as well. I did that a couple of
Yeah,
previous years too.
me too. But this time is like all full on indoor, from seed
Yeah.
to almost harvesting. Some are actually ripening, and I just have it in like this setup. And then I got this grow light that's really cool. It actually can extend. So
Yeah.
I'm growing it in my green stock vertical planter, these tomatoes, so I can have it, it's like a system, and it rotates. So I just have this light, and then like I rotate it from
Oh,
time to time.
nice.
And yeah, so it's like a really cool setup for indoor. Then I was just like thinking, yeah, if you can grow tomatoes inside, you can grow a lot of other things, even like some good amount of produce for,
Yeah, those
indoors
things actually
from
produce
seed.
pretty well.
Yeah, right? They do.
Yeah.
They're like
For little
clusters. It's
tiny
really
plants. I was just really
exactly
surprised.
compact, just perfect for indoor. Like you don't want a giant. I mean, I guess I want that, but I don't have that kind of room indoor nor outdoors.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it says they grew them in the green stock as well there last year. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are really good. Did you which one do you prefer out of those two? Have you tried them?
Which dwarf ones?
Yeah.
I So I've grown the orange hat before, and I liked it. I've never tried micro tome, and this time I'm waiting for like the perfect ripeness to taste it too. So I have not compared. I'll do a comparison of
Oh,
the
okay.
two. But but the orange hat was good. We got those seeds at the expo when you remember. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, but then I was growing some outdoors, and this time like let's do full on inside just to say it's possible, but definitely with the proper like enough light.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, the light's going to be
yeah,
really important.
that's the most challenging thing. Yeah. And it's silly because I mean for me it's actually in a sense it's almost easier and be more prolific indoors unless I take it up to the rooftop. But in the
Okay.
garden I get a lot more shade. So I have
Yeah.
better success indoors. It's like controlled environment. I have like the grow lights. It's much brighter than you can see in the
Yeah.
winter in the patio. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of the cool thing. Natalie, the Fresh Princesses, she's our co-host on our green room we do on Monday evening, and that's
Oh,
her
okay.
thing is she does indoor in a big, huge tent, growing all sorts of different type of stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
and that's the real key there, though, right? Is that when you have a setup like that, or you can do things indoors, you can
Mm-hmm.
really just grow year round. And
Yeah.
with the with that consistent light intensity, consistent
Mm-hmm.
nutrients, things like that that you're going to be able
It's
to do there,
controllable.
you really got it
Yeah.
controlled down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are there any other things that you're growing there besides the tomatoes?
I was growing those. What are the other dwarf ones called? Like the sugar snaps or the sweet pea, the dwarf variety. I was trying
Oh,
different types of dwarf. Yeah, those ones. But those one I forgot. I think I plugged a few of them, and they were kind of coming back as I clipped some back, and I forgot to
yeah.
water at some point.
Oh,
So they
oh,
were
yep.
doing really well until that point.
Right.
Um, yeah. And
Exactly.
then I started of some other seeds too, and I need to get some more seeds growing because it looks like we might be about time to get some warmer crops out. So I need to start maybe some tomatoes. Haven't. I mean,
Peppers.
like more like bigger tomatoes, certain peppers. Yeah, I have a
Mm,
giant, like a Nepalese pepper that grew from seed, like voluntarily in a spot that I had hydrangeas. Like that one grows particularly well in the shade. That type of pepper, and it grows well in the cooler season too. So it was just started from seed in the winter, and now it's like give like a bunch of flower buds on it, and like it got
yeah.
too big for me to dig up. It's gonna. I don't want to like stress the plant
Yeah.
when it's about to flower. I'm like, you're not supposed to be here, but I guess you're welcome.
You just kind of got to go with it, right?
Yeah. Lay
Yeah,
out some
yeah.
blankets and pillows and have them stay until they finish fruiting. Like maybe
Right on.
3 seasons later. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Real quick question was popped in here. Let me see. For indoor tomato grows, what lights do you use, or on the
Mm.
spectrum? Do you have a certain
Yeah.
particular a set of lights you're using? You say about LED
Yeah.
lights, but I run out of space and they aren't powerful enough for adult plants. Yeah, that's the big key, right? Making sure
Yeah.
they got
So
bright enough light.
yep. So I would always go at least in the video I talk a little bit more about these specs that I look for when I'm looking for
Yeah.
a grow light. And you want them to have enough, at least like I think it's like 5,000 to 7,000 Kelvin. It's just kind
Yeah.
of you have that wide range of color spectrum and the length of hours, right, of the day.
Yeah.
So specifically the brand I was using Spider Farm
Spider
for a
Farm.
lot of the things. Yeah, and then when Letpot reached out to me, I was testing out their lights for. So this particular for the tomato, the actual was growing it with their light just to test out how it was going, and I'm
Yeah.
getting like pretty awesome success, like seeing so many like fruits on there, and
Oh
and
my.
yeah, like so I think the key thing is having them bright enough and then having the light being able to bounce back to like reflectors around so that you can actually maximize, the light. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes a big difference too. And
Yeah.
maybe having the light closer to the plant. It's not going to get too hot, and
Yeah.
tomatoes are
Yeah.
heat loving anyway. Yeah, it's not going to burn it.
Did you get or
Um,
use a light meter at all?
I did not. I'm not too nerdy like that. Although,
Mhm.
yeah, no, I did not.
Yeah.
Um, but
Because
I
that's
think
where
this
you can
tell.
really see like how that intensity as you're getting closer to the light, and I think
Yeah,
you're really right. And I haven't done too much myself, as far as this sort of stuff,
it'd be
but from
cool
folks
to
I've
know.
talked to,
Yeah,
that you really do again too. You want to make sure you're getting that light right at that good level above it to keep that
yeah.
intensity,
And
because
then
the
if
further up it gets, the lower that intensity goes, right?
yeah, yeah. But then if your plant gets really big, I guess you kind of have to go around because then the light source would also be, the range would also be smaller, right? The light
Yeah.
where it
Yes.
focuses. Yeah. And then
Yeah,
yeah, what was
and
I
then I'll
saying
just
about the
mention too
light?
that Jay did drop a link in the chat there for everybody if you want to go check out Wendy's recent video talking all about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like oh my god, these tomatoes like so cool. I get to have a tomato garden, like a little,
Yeah.
uh Yeah.
But that's again
Exciting.
something you're
It's
going to get
adorable.
to be able to do now as you get this new season here, because you didn't get a chance to grow tomatoes this last season up on the roof, right?
Yep. Nope. Mm, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna count picking three
Don't
little
count.
tomatoes. I'm not gonna count that, you know.
Yeah. But you're going to give it a
Sorry, hold
really
on.
good, solid
Yeah,
effort, right?
yeah.
Nope.
Mom's shopping in the back here. Hold
Oh,
on a
that's
second.
mom's. No problem.
Hold on.
Just tell her hi for me.
I will. Hold on. 唔得啊，我喺 live 啊，你要翻返
Excellent.
去。
All right. All right.
Just hit my head.
Oh my, you're so fun.
Ah. She's like got some strawberries because the guy was like, you know, they're selling strawberries out here, and they look good. It's just that
Yeah.
I hope it's not gonna go bad because it's kind of warm day and gonna be out today.
Right. Yeah. You got to make sure you got somewhere
Oh,
to
they
keep
smell
them,
good. The
right?
car smells like strawberries now. Yeah.
There you go. At least that'll be at least one positive thing as they're warming up in there, right? And make sure you
Yeah,
keep
I'm
your
not
windows
complaining.
cracked too. We don't need you cooking in there either.
Oh, I know. I'm not being super eco-friendly right now. It's out in the sun, and I actually have the aircon running just a little bit for the
Oh yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Ooh,
but
excellent.
I'm gonna But looks like I got about 20 minutes. Yeah, I gotta get
Yeah.
moving, but so
Yeah.
awesome.
We'll get you out of here in just a few here for sure.
I'm
Definitely.
excited. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely.
Tomato. Yeah,
Let's see here. Habitual
what
Hobbies
else do we
asked a
have?
little bit earlier here too, asking about, are you looking forward to attending the Baker Creek Festival again this
Oh
year?
yes, I always look
Looks
forward
like
to all the.
Habitual is going to be there, so they're looking forward to meeting you in person.
Well, I look forward to meeting you too. Yeah, it's always so exciting to chat and like connect with people like in person.
That's right.
The
That's
energy
right.
is different. Yeah, and you really feel like getting to know them, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on the April one, so
Oh, you're gonna be
like
out there in April for that?
April, yeah.
Excellent.
This one, the first one of the year.
Oh wow, that's good.
It's always fun out there.
Yeah. I know.
It's
I
beautiful
really want
there.
to get
People are
out there
lovely.
sometime.
Yeah, you should.
It's a little bit
gorgeous out
different
there.
than the California expositions that they put on and everything, being out there on the farm, right?
Yeah, they kind of went pretty all out last October because they sort of made the October one like the September, the expo. They're trying to move the
Yeah.
expo, like moved there. So then they're, from what I heard, the October one's bigger than their previous October one. So now it's going to be in September instead because it's the official Heirloom Expo, out there in
Oh,
September.
so they're
Yeah,
recalling it the Heirloom
they're rebranding
Exposition.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that would be a lot of fun because there's new places to explore and actually really getting to see because it's almost like you see a studio, because you see so much of their things that are filmed
Mm-hmm.
out there, and when you get to go and you go see how like those old, their the design of that place, it's like
Yeah.
a studio or actually like they live there. It's so cool. It's surreal. It's
It's
pretty
like,
amazing.
from what it looks like it's like just like this little mini town,
It's
community,
a town,
farm type
village,
of thing.
very old
Village, that's
America,
the right
very
word of it.
beautiful. Yeah, like everything. It's super like, you see the mill there, the bakery, lots of things like done by hand, like just very old American and then
Yeah.
people
All
definitely
that.
has a great hospitality. Everyone is super like friendly, kind, slower pace, and it's just surreal. Just
Yeah.
seeing the movie. I mean, it's like a movie set, because you see
Yeah.
like I love their shorts. They're hilarious. I can binge watch sometimes. Like I missed out on how many. So I got binge watching them, and then you go there and you see like wow, and then you go check out they have like this like room that has like all the different sets and like different rooms in this upstairs area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. And then all around is nature, lots of greenery, right? Super green in the Ozarks, hills, like rolling hills. And the
Mhm.
only thing like that scared me a little bit was like they say spring is known for like having tornadoes. I
Oh,
was like,
well,
oh
yeah.
great. I love everything but that.
I
And
know,
those
right?
crazy ticks, like, yeah.
Oh
that are
my.
more, I guess, out there.
Yeah, being out
But
there in the Midwest where it's just wide open and just
yeah, like that, like just in case if tornadoes happen when you're alone, I need you to know what to do, okay? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
But other than that, it's fun.
Katrina from
Yeah,
So
I
and
love it.
Tear, who we've met at an heirloom exposition a couple of times there in the
Yeah, I
Southern
probably recognize the
California
face.
one.
Who is this?
Katrina from So and Tear. She's asking
Oh,
if you
okay.
think they'll
Hi,
bring it back
Katrina.
to West Coast event, and I think that's kind of in knowing again too that they're branding their fall festival out there, the heirloom exposition,
Hmm.
and it seems like that's pretty much what they're going to be doing now is keeping it there at the
I
farm.
think so, at least for the time being. I mean, I hope they come back, and I think
Yeah.
they would like that too. It's yeah, it's just oh, it takes so much involved to be
Hmm.
moving everywhere.
And to put on the
It's
multiple different things they want to and they want to have there, especially like it was, in Northern California, they had like all of
they
the
yeah, they
and
went all out. I mean, they still do wherever they put the show on, but it takes like
hmm
a big team of people to move, to build, to grow, to
yeah, yeah.
create everything,
Because they
it's
need
a
a
lot
lot
of
of like local
resources.
farmers in those areas too, like
Yeah,
Southern
and then
California, or
moving, yep,
to grow
and then to
things out for them.
exactly, and then moving to Southern California, even it's like a whole new connections you have to make. You're obviously not driving from Northern to Southern California. I guess maybe some things, but
Yeah, yeah, and I think that was probably one of their bigger challenges that they faced, when it came down to it was getting
hmm
the growers that they needed for things, and so there were a couple of things in those last couple of ones they did that they weren't able to do as well as they wanted to,
yeah,
so I
yeah,
think that creates a limitation in their ability to do that there. And again, as
yeah.
love the idea that they being in California and doing the West Coast one and everything too, but just like you said though too, for the experience or the ability to travel and go do something that's a little bit different and be able to get over to
hmm
Missouri and see what the farm is like and to do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes that, for that part of it, it would definitely make it worth the effort to get out there.
Definitely. Honestly, I'm like, we are not a cheap state here. I
No,
loved
that's
it when I was out there.
yeah, exactly.
Things
For a
just seem
lot
to
of folks
make
who
more
did travel
sense.
there, that
And
it might even be as
yeah,
feasible to just travel to Missouri versus going into
definitely.
California, right?
Yeah,
Economically,
yeah,
anyways.
for sure. And that's a big thing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
that's a big thing. It's true,
it's true. You gotta
Um,
be, especially gotta be thinking
yeah,
about how much it costs and
yeah,
everything too. So,
yeah.
yeah,
But
right
people
on.
around are really nice, like out there. I think it's just a slower pace. So
Yeah,
at least
you know
that's
the
what I
one.
encountered.
Yeah, the one thing that I really want to do, mostly if I get there and get to see this place, is the greenhouses.
Oh,
I
it's
mean, I just can't
amazing.
even imagine what
Yeah.
it's like to go walk through all of. I mean, they got well. How many greenhouses do you think they got out there?
Oh goodness, I
If you
forgot.
throw
They're
a guess
definitely
out,
tens of oh, I think they
maybe a
said it.
couple
I forget.
dozen,
Is it in the 40s? I forget. Oh, it's probably
ooh,
more
maybe
than
a
that.
few dozen at least.
Yeah, yeah. I really don't forget the numbers, but it's a lot. Definitely more than a few dozen, I think. They have the ones that are more obvious. I think that they give you because they do tours, right?
Yeah,
And there's like a few upfront ones, and then there's a bunch of other ones if you keep going. It's a big property.
yeah.
And by the way, for those who may not know, I think they allow like camping out there. So if you guys want to
Oh,
go out there, yeah, you
there
know,
you.
for logistics wise, and it's fun. First
Oh my
come first
gosh.
serve. Go camp out there, so you get your first tips on everything.
Exactly,
Super
exactly.
convenient.
No, that really
Yeah,
sounds like a great plan there, right? Get
yeah. And
out there,
spring is
do
a
some
great time to
camping.
camp. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Gotta
yeah.
gotta gotta pack up your tent and sleeping bag, right?
Yes,
That's
that's
excellent.
not included.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's cool.
Habituabi says yes. Free camping with your ticket purchase.
There you go. I've seen
No
some people that
electric
go
hookups
camp.
though. You got to do it rugged. You got to go. You got to go old school camping. No
It's like
electricity.
if you really backpack somewhere and yeah, in the middle of the forest, you don't get power anyway.
Yeah.
You wake up when the sun rises. Yeah. Yeah, but there are people who would camp out like days ahead. I'm like, I drive by, like, what are you doing here? You know, want to get
Getting
first
in,
tips on everything.
like
So
the folks who get in line for like things, that aren't
yeah,
like,
they'll
and you
camp
see
out
them
to
out
get in
there
line.
like for a week
Yeah,
before the
yeah,
event happens, just to be
yeah,
first in line.
yeah. But it's cool to see how excited people are about these things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Adam says Google says they have approximately 30 greenhouses. That's a
Okay,
lot.
thank you.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. I'll
And
say
just
30. I
amazing.
thought it was
What's
in the
what's some of
40s.
your
Yeah.
favorite things you've seen in those greenhouses when you're there?
Ah, oh my goodness. I love seeing the citrus, to smell the citrus or the edible flowers when you open up. It's like, whew, I think it's a stock. What do you call it? Is it called old stock or vintage stock edible flowers? They smell
Oh, okay.
so sweet and floral,
Mm.
like candy, and then they have one
All
that's like
trapped
dedicated.
inside of the greenhouse too. So I
Exactly. So
bet
when you
you
open,
walk
it's
in
like,
there.
whew,
Oh my.
exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Crazy
Yeah.
overstimulated. And then the one that has the loofahs, one of them, that the seeds that I shared with them, they're growing
Yeah.
it in that greenhouse. So it's like amazing to see some of the gourds. Oh, and the tomatoes are,
Mm.
they're just like so perfect because they're in a greenhouse of a controlled
Yeah.
environment, and they would even release like natural like ladybugs to help them do natural like pollination since they're in a
Yeah.
greenhouse. So they do like super organic work. And is it called wapinis, that greenhouse that's like dug under, like
Oh yeah.
thermal
Yeah.
heated. Super cool. You got to check that out. And everything's like
Wow.
such big scale, like
I
these
know.
greenhouses.
Habitual says,
Um,
OMG, the citrus greenhouse. I
yes, the
oh
deco pond, and all types of different, which is like the sumo, right?
yeah.
Citrus, and citrus are amazing. Usually, you see those in this on display for spring, because that is like a more like late winters, I guess. For us now, it's still
Hmm.
citrus season, so yeah, they'll have a lot of those. And then if you're into like the gourds and the big harvest, it's definitely in the autumn.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fall festival has like everything.
Yeah, I was reading an old book there too. What they would call a citrus greenhouse would be an orangery.
Mm,
Yeah, back in the day,
okay.
an
Wow.
orangery. Because yeah, in
Yeah,
certain climates,
orangery.
right? You have to have a greenhouse to grow some citrus in certain climates. So
Yeah, it's like a California thing. You move out to California, first thing you put an orange tree. And so
oh
out
man,
there, yeah, put it in a
yeah,
greenhouse.
exactly.
Interesting. Orangery.
An orangery. Yeah. Excellent. Let's see here. I know we had another question too here, Mitchell
Hmm.
was asking a little bit earlier. We get back on track here real quick because I got to ask you this before we end up letting you go here real soon. Question: how is the
Yes.
rooftop garden going? I mean, I bet this has just been a really just awesome feature. How have first, before we get into how it's going, how have you noticed, like, as far as the videos and the things you're doing, and how receptive folks are to this? I mean, I bet you this is a big hit.
I think to some people who like to follow it, it's fun because I did start. It's called a Sky Garden series. I
Yeah.
showed from the beginning of how we moved, what do you call it? Pull the stuff up, and then start like sharing my plan and all that. And I think there's some that are following the journey is really nice. And then they get,
Hmm.
I get these comments are very supportive. And of course, some I think that are like concerned, which I also appreciate, because I take every comment to account, just and so luckily it's been good. I'm really
Yeah.
excited about the melting sugar peas. I think I'm growing a bunch of peas in a container this size. What does this size mean? Like
Right.
20 inches long, and the depth is only like 6 inches deep. And
Okay.
I put like maybe 16 plants in there just to see what happens.
16.
Or maybe it was 14.
Uh, that's
Oh, and
awesome.
they're mammoths. They're supposed to be huge, and now they're flowering. They're starting to fruit. So we'll see how big they actually get. I think that's the challenge, because I don't want to go too big, because I'm mindful of the weight. So that's might be the part that kind of is a setback for me, is growing in smaller containers. But
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of sun, but I can't grow them in that big of the roots can't really extend that much. So that's
Right.
kind of the compromise. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But those are growing really well right now. It's getting hot, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. How
um,
have you like, I'm sure you had situations throughout the last grow season during the summertime. How are you mitigating like intense heat or anything like that, or is it just they gotta make it through?
the so I started the project at the middle of summer. In the middle
Okay.
of summer. Yeah, that means there were some plants that were like so slow. They were just like summer by like I think
Yeah.
early or late fall. I still got those summer plants that are just now they're like catching up, like, oh, is it still summer? I'm finally gonna start fruiting. So
Yeah.
I definitely have to still like work on how much like to irrigate.
Right.
It definitely gets hot up there in the summer.
Yeah.
So but it makes a big difference actually putting them on what are you elevating them, because I have them in those tray pots, right? The tray pots, the tray, those like flood tables what people use for
Mm-hmm.
hydroponics. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I have everything's elevated even though it's still it's really warm. Like I think I tested that surface was like 122 Fahrenheit.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Getting real
And make sure
warm.
you mulch. Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
mulch and
Yeah.
keep maybe watering multiple times a day. I love having like solar irrigation is awesome.
Yes.
Because like I don't expect anyone to go up there to help me change batteries. So
Right. That's
yeah,
why
so
for my little rooftop garden, even though I only got to go up just a little bit, not like you, I climb it all the way up onto the roof like you got to
oh,
do and
it's great.
everything. But
Yeah, my
it's still a
injury is
bit
like doing
much where
well.
I make sure I use those wicking buckets so that I don't really have to worry about how much water is
Mm,
up there every couple of days versus having to be up there every day, a couple of
I
times a day, because I don't have the
for
irrigation
sure.
system for it like that.
Mm. It
But
just
yeah, it's
I love that system. I'm just afraid of if I use too many, it might get kind of heavy. I
yeah,
do have some self-watering containers up there that hold quite a lot of water actually, but I kind of put them more closer to like the edges where it's like the strongest. And I'm growing some like well, I forget, is it Finder cabbage and different types of the more unique heirloom old world cabbages.
yeah,
But yeah, I do have those kind of wicking. I have a few wicking systems out there. Not the majority are not, just
yeah.
afraid of putting too much weight on there. Yeah, but that
But you
that's
make
definitely
up for it by
incorporated.
getting the water up there though too, and having that irrigation system.
Yeah, and then draining the excess out, and it goes out in the lower garden. So the yeah,
Yeah,
and it's nice to have water access to water out there when I'm whatever the things I'm doing up there. It's I have a hose and it's
yeah.
convenient.
Yeah, that's really helpful. So again, you started that mid summer last year, so this will
Yeah.
be basically your first like real full growing season up there.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So what are kind
And
of the things you're looking for in this season as far as what you
now
learned last year?
I'm really late, just been doing a lot of different things right now, but I'm still going to put out those garlic. I've been in the fridge for a
Right.
while.
Oh yeah,
So late, but hey, better than never. And it's
yeah,
just going to be a waste if I don't ever take it out, put it out. But I plan on doing some tomatoes, alufaa up there, maybe ube. I'm not too sure about that yet, but for sure, maybe some bigger tomatoes up there and cherry tomato stuff like that downstairs because they don't require as much sun.
yeah.
Um, what else? I'll have to grow my grass jelly vine. I want to have that wrapping around like as a
Ooh.
fence on the wall.
Oh
We got the
wow.
pellet pet wall. Because that grass jelly vine is the leaves that you extract and then you make jello or jelly out of it. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
full of
That's how I
protein.
remember. That's how I
One of
first
my
met you.
favorite. Oh,
All those
really?
years back at the Heirloom Expo. I think it was
What did I had you taste
17
it or
or
something?
was it 16 or 17 or something
It
like
was
that.
in the north, right?
Yeah,
Northern
it was the
California.
Northern California one. And yeah, I got to taste it, try it out. I thought it was the coolest thing and all of
It's the
that. That
coolest
was
thing. I still think it's the coolest thing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
One
That
of
and
my favorites.
yeah, what was it you were showing? Was it basil seed or something like that?
Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. So that year,
Yeah.
I drove instead of fly, right?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
drove out there so I could make that jello. And then I soaked some maybe basil seeds, which is very
Mhm.
similar to like chia seeds,
Yeah.
because Vietnamese use basil seeds. And and I bought fresh squeezed cane juice out there to,
Mm.
because like traditionally the Vietnamese would use this. They just put syrup, a little bit of water and syrup, and they eat that
Yeah.
jelly just like that. So it's like jello and syrup water. So instead, I thought let's make it with cane juice instead of that syrup, and
Yeah.
then let's add a little bit of Vietnamese also use the basil one in syrup, like they're two separate things. But I thought let's just combine them. But then instead of syrup and water, use cane juice. So I brought that there, and after I gave the talk. I was like, "Come on out, if anyone want to try this, And uh, I
Yeah.
guess I met you that year. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
you're
Was
referring
that
to.
the
Yep.
year or it was either that or the second year, but I just remember that
But
and
I
thought how
already
cool that
know
was. And
you
that
or
was one
know.
of those
Yeah,
things that was like, wow, this is so unique, things you don't think about. But the one thing I didn't know
yeah,
though is that they're a big vine like that you can get it all the way around your rooftop like that.
yeah.
Wow.
It's really big vine. I don't know if it'll go all the way around, but it'll take at least half of it. Take up half of the rooftop. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh,
I'm really excited to have like a green wall. It'd be really cool.
yeah.
And yeah, and then have a few fruit trees. Keep it small
What
up
about like a
there.
passion fruit vine? You think that would do something like that? Maybe a mix of both, or they meet up with each other or something?
I've thought about. I got so close to doing the passion fruit, but I think it's gonna get too heavy. They're super
Yeah.
vigorous, like they're
Oh, they
heavy
are
and the
very
fruits.
vigorous, right?
Yeah, and I would probably get like a yellow one. I wouldn't do the purple one if I were to.
Yeah.
Um,
It would take a lot of maintenance to kind of keep it at bay and held back from just taking over things.
yeah, and it's so heavy that I think I would need to do like bolting in type of trellis. Like it
Oh,
wouldn't like
yeah.
right now. This the grass jelly. They're just leaves, so I almost like just some ivy climbing that I can just do like a string netting trellis. It's easy because I already set up like 2 or 3 hooks and we can hook it up to that. But if it's a passion fruit, I need a more proper, like sturdy um a
Yeah.
trellis.
Yeah.
Maybe lining would be perfect, those wire ones. But
Yeah.
I don't want to put too many holes and patch too many sealing it up because it's like the rooftop.
Yeah.
So that that's like maybe later we'll have to like don't go too crazy with the
Yeah.
rooftop yet. Like still
Not yet.
testing it.
Work your way up to it.
Yeah, or maybe or
If
I don't know,
possible,
make some
If
friends, yeah, and grow it somewhere else.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. I've seen some really cool passion fruit like fences and kind of wall situations that
Then we
they're just
mostly
really
see a
great.
lot of that in Southern California. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Those are
like
really cool.
yeah, like I was filming at like the Long Beach City College, and they have a lot of different varieties of passion fruit. The professor there is like obsessed with passion fruit. He's this passion fruit expert, collects so many
Mm,
different varieties around the world. And
yeah.
they have them growing all along the fence as well. It's a very common thing we do here. Like if you're gonna grow passion fruit, it's like the vines
Yeah.
are, yeah, just grow them along as a green fence. It's very
Excellent.
cool. But yeah, too much for the rooftop right now.
All right. Well, I'm going to get you going here 1 second. Someone did ask a quick
Mhm,
question about
of
the
course.
tomatoes, real quick here.
Yeah.
What's the best media for indoor tomato growth? So, what were you using for when you're doing things indoors? Because we're not, I mean,
Hmm.
we don't want to take our soil from outdoors and things and bring them indoors. So,
Yeah, no, not so I mostly use uh Fox Farm potting soil.
okay.
That's also made for because a lot of people actually do indoor growing. They use that one, so I use that for indoor and outdoor. But if I'm doing an outdoor project, because that one is a bit more pricey, the more
Yeah.
affordable option would be like cow logs. So if I were going to like big bulk stuff outside, I would use like the cow logs organic potting soil or something like that. But
Hmm.
the indoor and the pots and the more like highly prized, like my very special plants, I would use the Fox Farm one. So get anything that says like indoor organic potting mixer, but it has to say something like indoor, and that mix doesn't have like animal manure. It's mostly more like
Yeah.
ocean seafood. I don't know types of like
Right.
grind up like shells and shrimp
Yeah.
and yeah, like more like that. And then I add the vermistera worm castings in. So I just like to add a little extra, to it. So
Yeah.
I should put that in. And then to maintain it, I think it's also really important, especially being indoor, So it's basically, I use a lot of, so I am affiliated with Vermistera. I love their
Mm-hmm.
products. They actually do like for years of how they age their products. So like the bacterial growth is like really good. The beneficial fungi.
Yeah.
So like they have the vitality, or if not, some guys who make your own tea, like worm casting teas, dilute that in water. And I do like every other week, I would water them in like that. And those things are so gentle. You can even start with just seedlings. When they start sprouting, you can use that and it
Yeah.
won't burn your plant. So just do, but like I think with organic and things that are more mild, it's more like
Yeah.
being consistent is important,
Yeah.
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 So it's, yeah.
All right. All right. Here, you can do yes
Hopefully
or
that
no. You
answers.
can do yes or no on this. We got some sneaking in questions here at the very last second. But do you
Yeah.
use your bokashi,
Not
or
this
have you?
year yet. I have not since like a few months ago. I do
Okay.
like it. I feel like I'm wasting so much when we have like family gatherings again now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Exactly.
being able to, it's great. It's the fastest way to, especially I think it's Bukashi is I think most helpful because I do different types of like composting, but the
Mhm.
Bukashi is the best thing about it is that I can do like say if you have like small little bits of bones or fish bones and like actual like
Mhm.
food scraps from like cooked food,
Yeah.
Bukashi is great for that. Otherwise, like kitchen scraps, you can throw it in there, but then you can also just toss it with your worm bin or just like cold, like heat or unheated, the composting outdoors. But the indoors for winter, Bukashi is great for cooked food, your cheese, stuff like that,
Yeah.
leftovers from your gatherings, like I don't know,
Yeah.
you go out to a restaurant, people's food, you're like, don't throw it out, I'll take it home and do that. And like
Exactly. Yeah.
Bukashi is great.
Definitely. Definitely. I got to get some of that myself too. Well, right
Yeah.
on, Wendy. I know you got to get running. It's so awesome of you to pull over for us and go find some internet so that you can come hang out with us here on our 200th show. I just can't believe it. It's so awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes.
And
And
to
thank
all your viewers who've been
such a
growing with you.
yeah, so
Yeah.
amazing again too. I just love watching the comments and how active everybody is here during the show and all of that and their conversations. It's just
Yeah.
really awesome. Again, I just enjoy it so much for the fact that again I get to hang out with all these amazing viewers and people who come and join me each weekend. But I also get these really awesome conversations with really amazing gardeners from all over the world, and then those gardeners who
Yeah.
have become really good friends over the years too. And I really consider you a great friend, Wendy, and
Oh,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
you
You too. Yeah.
taking your time to be in here with us too. It's always great to have you.
Yeah. I hope to see you out here sometime. We can go for another hike.
I know. I got to get down there real soon. I'm working on it. I swear, I'm working on it. But all right, until next time, and when I get to see you, and oh yes, don't forget, tell Mom hi for me too.
I will. She loves going out there, even though she's like a little uncomfortable with the steep, the hills and stuff. But
But she
um,
loves it. She's
yeah,
always
she
great. I love
does.
it.
She likes all those fresh, seeing those fruits and getting to pick them, and
Yeah.
she's
I
living
love it.
my dream.
Yeah, she's living right through you as well too. It's great. She is too. She's a great partner too. Always there, so helpful and everything too. But again,
Yes,
yeah,
she
thank you so
loves
much.
being helpful. It makes her happy, and I think it's important that they keep going. Like,
I love when I'm around
yeah,
her at the heirloom expositions and everything because she treats me just like a kid too as well. Like, oh, you got to eat
oh
this.
yeah.
You be eating, and she's trying to feed me the whole time. I love
Yeah,
it.
she's like, you guys are
She's
running
so awesome.
around. You need to drink. You need to eat.
Yeah,
Yeah. She's
that's
like,
right.
something spill. Let me come and get someone. Like, I was like, Mom, you're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
get them in trouble. Like, she like takes their sweep and like the
she
guy
goes
who's like
right
supposed to be
after it.
sweeping just watches her work. Yeah, I'm like, don't get them in trouble.
It's so lovely. I love
It's
it.
funny. She loves being helpful. Yeah.
Well, right on again. Thanks, Wendy. It's so great to have you here today. You have fun on the rest of that road trip there.
Thank you.
Don't bake too hard in the sun. It's a little early for sunburns.
It would be cooler when I get out there. It's warming up right now, yeah, but in the forest, it would be
Oh yeah, that'll
colder.
be nice. That'll be
Yeah.
nice. All right. Well, till next
Well,
time, you take care.
thank you, you too. And thanks everyone to staying tuned. I will see you guys next time.
Go check
Bye,
her
Nav.
out
Thanks
over
for
at
having me.
Wendiland. You betcha.
Bye, guys.
Hey, gardeners. Thanks for tuning in to our show today. We'll be right back at it here in just a moment. I just wanted to take a second here to highlight our regular videos and features here on the Urban Gardener channel. Our weekly garden journals. And our incredible featured visits. All right. Here we are back at it again on our 200th episode. And again, thank you to Wendy for joining with us here today. It's always great to have her on the show, but especially here on our anniversary shows. Like I said, she was on our very first Let's Get Growing show. She was on our 100th Let's Get Growing show, and now the 200th Let's Get Growing show as well too. So again, great to have her here with us. And again, thank you all too for hanging out with us as well here for our 200th episode. How cool is that? I can't believe it. It's again so awesome, like I said, to be able to get together with all of these just really amazing gardeners that we get to talk to here each and every weekend here on the show. I mean, like I said earlier, you're not going to find a show like this where you get to learn about so many of these just amazing garden contributors and garden communicators that are out there in the gardening community. I mean, we've been so fortunate to have some of these just really, really amazing guests over the last few years here. And you know what? We've got more in store as well too, coming up throughout this growing season as well too. So I do want to kind of mention a little bit here about some things that again, or you know what? Actually, we're gonna do one more thing real quick here before we get into that. Actually, let's see here. I want to make sure we get this together because Wendy had a little short period of time to be on. We've got a little bit of extra time here towards the end of the show. So I thought it would be kind of cool, as we do every now and then. And then, like I mentioned too earlier, you could catch our good friend Jay on last Sunday's show along with Joe from Muddy Puddles Farm. And every now and then we like to get her on, as we know it's always a great conversation with the J-Bot. All right. Here we go. Let's welcome in. What do we got going on over here, Jay Dixon?
Hey, everybody.
How we doing?
Great. I don't know
Love
why you're
it. All flowered out. What do we got? Excellent.
Well, as some of you know, have been following me for a few years, I like doing silly costumes and things just to amuse myself and other people. And I thought today was a special celebration. I wanted to do something garden-like. It's our 200th episode. I felt this was something kind of festive to kind of frame my visage for the show. Extremely silly, extremely childish. And now you know who I am.
Yeah, that's right. Huh. Excellent. I love it. I knew there was something coming. Didn't quite know, but it's great. Love it.
Yes. This is one of the tiny surprises that I have for Enoch, and I want everybody to stick around because later in the show I have another small little tidbit that's a bit of could be a surprise for him. He may know this, he may not.
Okay.
And it's more of a fact. And then also for you in the audience, I think it might be an interesting fact. But I'm going to tease that out for a little while so that you guys stick around in the show for a little while. We've got a little more content for you. Yes, Flower
Yeah.
Child. Yes, thank you. This is technically actually lights, but I thought that lighting it up would probably glare us out for the camera a little bit excessively. I'm not, as many of you know, I'm not technically a content creator. So there's aspects of the business I'm not really aware of. But yeah. Thank you. I just felt that something sort of extra festive for 200 episodes was called for.
That's right. I love it. Flowers. It's springtime. Flowers are popping up everywhere. It's wonderful.
Yes, yes. So thank you for everybody's positive responses to it. It is a little odd, but oh my. So I just want to say congratulations on 200 episodes.
Woo!
Amazing.
Can't believe that. Unbelievable.
Yes. I
never thought when I first got this going that I was going to make it through the first 10, let alone being here 190 more later. And with all of the just wonderful, amazing things that we've done in between, it's just something else, isn't it?
Well, that's something I would like perhaps some of the people in the audience to share with us, because many of you have been everything from the OG beginner with us throughout the whole journey to later joiners to people who just found us recently. And I'm going to be kind of doing some stuff that I've prepared in the meantime, but I would like to hear from some of you in the audience a little bit later, some of your thoughts about the last 200 episodes. Perhaps some of you can think about things like, what was your favorite video? What was your favorite live stream? Maybe a particular guest or guest experience that was really interesting. Those kinds of thoughts about things you'd like to share. Maybe there's certain guests you saw that you'd like us to try to bring back again. Technically, theoretically, it's Enoch's show and slowly starting to become a little bit more of mine as well. But really, we view this as a community show.
That's right.
About you and for you. So we want to hear some of your feedback about thoughts you've had about the last 200 episodes. Perhaps something stands out for you. So we would love to hear any of your opinions about that. And thanks to so many of you for saying your congratulations on the 200th episode, positive statements about the channel. Yeah, there's another one. Fantastic. We really appreciate all of your positive support. It's hard for me to explain how much it means to us, but it really does. So thanks for all of that. Yeah,
exactly. And again, too, there's a reason why this show is so unique. And and as I mentioned earlier, you're not going to find a show that's like this out there. It's because it does take a lot of work to do. It does a lot of work to put this together. And that's something, to be upfront about, is that, I am so appreciative of what you guys do and your response and your support and all of that too. I can mention, this last summer when we had issues with our technology, so many of you jumped up forward to help us out and to do things like that. And so, when I'm doing the work, or I'm trying to get things together, or maybe even stressing about something here and there because I want something to work out or this and that, I just, it's just so worth it ultimately when I get to hang out with all of you guys and get to see your positive feedback about what we're doing here, because it really, really does mean a lot, when it comes down to it, because this was just kind of a little thought and a little dream I had a few years back, and to see that it's real now. We have a real community building around it, and we've got all these wonderful people helping to contribute to the show nowadays. It's just amazing when I think about it all together, from where it started to where we are today.
Yes, and not to put too fine a point on it, when that lightning strike came and took out all of the equipment, it was a real stressor. Yeah. There was not room in the budget for that. So the contributions of you and the community, even the well wishes, carried us through that very, very tough time. And we we literally would not be here without that.
Yeah, that's so true. Let's see here. Kelpie jumped in earlier saying her favorite episode was when Bevan was on. Oh man, I always love having Bevan on. He's such a great communicator, author of some really great books and all of that as well too, and a good friend, similar to Wendy, someone I've met several times through the Heirloom Exposition, and we've gotten to hang out in person many times, and just a really great guy, him and his wife and family and everything, just really awesome people.
Yes. So we really like that kind of feedback, because that we had Bevan on relatively recently, but that kind of encouraged us to contact him again when it's, a reasonable time to have him back on the show, or possibly to have him on the Monday night show so he can be on in a different way than he was,
Yeah, we'll have to look into that for sure. Definitely. Chavi says Epic Tomatoes book review was so interesting. Wasn't that one a good one? That was so fun getting to talk to Craig LaHoulier for Epic Tomatoes. Just a great, amazing book. But again, also too, another fun, cool feature of our show is our monthly gardening book club that we have as well, and get to meet all of these just really amazing authors of all these just really great books.
And that's one of the unique things about this book club, is that we actually bring the authors to you. It's not just a let's talk about this book. It's the author's opinions, you being able to ask some questions directly. We try to give you enough notice by letting you know a month ahead about when the next book is going to be, so that you can decide if you want to purchase it ahead of time and be prepared for the questions. So
yeah, definitely.
yes, I will not be breaking out in song, but thank you for that thought. The show will not stand that.
From this side either, too. Neither one here. You don't want any of that. Believe me.
No.
We'll stick to straight talk here when it comes to straight gardening talk when we get down to it.
So I'm just going to continue on. If you find people have made interesting commentaries about guests or show, here's one here. Is Kelpie Capers?
Yeah. So it'd be great to have Terry Lambert from Rebloom Heirlooms and Kim Lund from Right Off the Farm Heirlooms. There we go.
Martin,
these two are spearing to Martin. I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you, Kelpie, for the suggestion there. We'll definitely take a look into that for sure.
Good. Yes. We really do try to note down these suggestions and follow up. And if we can get cooperation, from the authors or speakers or projects, we try to bring them on for you. So that's great.
Yeah. Excellent.
So I pre-prepared a little bit of stuff, and we can intersperse with anything from the audience, because really, in my opinion, the show is about you. And what I've done is I've created a top 5 of our videos and live streams. Here we go. We're going to...
All right. Yeah. We'll just be popping things up for sure. You go ahead, Jay.
Okay. So we have the top 5 videos and top 5 live streams that we've had over the last 200 episodes. So I'm just going to deal with some of that. And for this, I have, can we grow potatoes in a cardboard box? And
there's a fun one.
Number 5 for our videos that happened on this channel.
Yeah.
And then the next one is easy DIY worm bin, how to set up home vermiculture. And that one got 18,000 views. So that was a number 4 for our videos about which ones were most popular amongst you, the audience.
Yeah, I got to get an update on that one someday.
And that's another possibility. And it seems like a follow-up or an update might get quite a few views and also educate the audience. So that would be great. And then the third place for videos was Patio and Alleyway Spaces, a summer garden tour. And that got 30,000 views.
Wow, 30,000. And again, too, just a nice summer tour, garden tour. And if you want to go back and check out what some of my past gardens have looked like, I've got old garden tours in our past videos that you can go check out. But this one just seemed to catch people's eye for some reason.
Yep. And just as a note, because I'm kind of busy with this part now, I don't have these links for you in the current chat, but I will copy paste them and put them in the comments to this video afterwards. So if any of you have not seen these videos or would like to revisit them, make your acquaintance with them, maybe leave some comments for us within that video, that would be great. And number 2, in terms of our video views, is self-watering containers for 75 cents or less. And that got us 120,000 views.
Can you imagine? And here's one of those ones, again, I think we kind of touched on this a little bit yesterday with Nate about how, like, you make a video and, you put a lot of energy into it and you put it out and it doesn't do very much. This
Yes.
was one of those videos. For the first couple of years that this was out, it didn't do anything. Then all of a sudden, like a year or so ago, it caught the eye of someone, the algorithm or something, and then it just took off.
So, number 1 for the videos for this channel in the years that it has existed is how to build a 5-gallon bucket wicking system. So, 255,000 views.
Yeah.
And that was the original first version, as he did it 8 years ago. And
8 years ago. Oh my gosh.
yes,
It's so hard to look at that number. Like, I can't believe it's been that long.
yes. So those were the actual videos, meaning the things that Enoch prepared for us, made some effort, prepared for the channel. And as some of you may be aware, this actual channel started about 9 years ago. However, the live streams have been more recent years. And I believe that's about 4 years or so that you've been doing Let's Get Growing. So the live stream format hasn't existed for, as long as the actual channel.
That, and again too, we were talking about those earth wicking buckets with Wendi just before there too. So if you want to check those videos out, if you want to make some of your own, like I said, I think the cool thing about that is that they are so inexpensive. That's why I did that one that was 75 cents. I mean, and again, I'll clue you all in. It's like if you do them in a good bulk amount, not one at a time, but if you do about 20 of them and put about or 10 or 20 of them, put them together, you get them put together for about 75 cents a piece. And they do work for you. Like I mentioned with Wendi, I put those up on my rooftop. We fill them up once every couple of days during the hottest part of the season, and they keep all of my plants nice and evenly watered throughout that hot part of the year.
So those are the actual videos that Enoch prepared for us. But what we're really celebrating here is the live streams, because this is the 200th live stream. That's kind of the point of one of the reasons why I'm dressed a little strangely, but dressed strange many days anyway. Back to the idea of the buckets before I move on, is that you are usually, if you're inventive enough, creative enough, you can actually get those buckets for free. Free or very cheap. As an example, I do a number of things in my community that's kind of public and helpful. And I mentioned to the pool guys last week, hey, I'm thinking about making some wicking watering buckets for my garden. And my friend Enoch has created some information videos about it. And they're like, okay, whatever. They have a pool here. And the pool chemicals have to go into it. Now, I'm going to have to make sure I wash those buckets and get them excellently clean. But they are something that's a free source of those buckets, and they just go into recycling right now.
Yeah. And and again, one of the big points of that 75-cent video that I make in there too is that's why they are as inexpensive as they can be when you put them together, because you can really go find these for free in lots of different places. Sandwich shops, grocery stores, all sorts of different places where they've got food, bakeries, all sorts of places have these and use lots of these buckets and end up just tossing them right out for the most part. And so it's always great to be able to, plastic isn't the most ideal thing when it comes down to it, but when we're talking about repurposing and reusing and giving these things some extra life other than just going right into a landfill somewhere or some other place where, it's just a better way to go with them. And then you can grow some plants out of them for several years too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and when you're done with them, you can still put them into recycling. So if they start
Yeah.
to fail in some particular way in which they're not going to be working for your purposes for your garden, you've upcycled them, then you can move them on to recycling. So
Yeah.
um,
One last thing I want to mention before we move on from the video portion of this, of the videos we've done before. We did show the top one at like 255K. There is another top one in there as well too, and that's my visit to the urban homestead that I did. And I just wanted to mention that because I'm working on and should have a follow-up to that with some really good interviews with the whole family and all that sort of stuff. Should be coming out here pretty soon. It's one of the few videos we've been doing lately, but I want to have that out here. Is I'll be on the Urban Farm podcast with Greg Peterson, Farmer Greg, here in another month or so too. So we're going to try to line up and get that out for all of that as well too. So look forward to an update on that.
Great. So the next section I have is the top 5 live streams, which of course has been the last 4 years. And then I want everybody to stick around right to the end because I have what I view is sort of like an interesting fact as I started to look things out that I'm not sure if Enoch knows. He doesn't know what I'm about to do in a 5-10 minutes. But I certainly think it's going to be a little bit of a surprise to some of you. But I'm going to get you to hold on a little bit as I talk about the top 5 live streams that we've had over the last 4 years, in which live streams have been a big focus of the channel. So I'm going to go to number 5 first, which is Rare Seeds Indeed, which
yes,
Ryan Schumacher from Baker Creek, and he got 967 views. And again, I'm just going to repeat, I will try to have all of these links available in the comments after this show today.
Excellent. Yeah. If not, we can try to maybe even load them up into the description or something as well.
Yep. I'm just not able to participate in the chat right now. I'm busy doing something.
Ooh, and our good friend Gardner Scott.
That was the first time that Gardner Scott was doing a full show for us. He was not booked in to be a regular correspondent and a contributor to our show as he is now. This was back in the time when he was very first appearing here. Great.
Yeah, great. Always great to have Gardner Scott. In fact, look forward to him next week, second Sunday of the month. He'll be with us for Ask Gardner Scott next week.
Yes, great. And Gardner Scott does live streams on Monday as well. And I'm helping him with that every week. And so you're going to start to see a little bit of a trend here. The next highest, which is number 3 for our live stream shows, is the Let's Get Growing show, in which the first time that we had Nate Murray, and we got 1.4 thousand views. And as some of you may know, we had Nate Murray on here yesterday.
Yeah.
A double header.
Gardner, I think this one is the second time he was on.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I think this one was the second one. But yeah, we were just getting started. He came to be our first guest of 2024. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mind being corrected when I'm incorrect.
No problem.
No problem at all. And so the next
There's the first one.
Was Nate Murray again, and this is 1.5. So it was just a little bit more views than the second one.
Yeah, the one thing you got to give the Viking tribe is credit for showing up and supporting Nate and everything too as well. So it's all, and that's one of the big reasons too. There, you see this trend exactly.
Yep. So the last one, which is number 1, and this is number 1 for our live streams, was the special Sunday edition when we had Self-Sufficient Me and Garden Like a Viking together on a table.
What a great show that was. It's just really fun to get together, on these panels where you get a couple of gardeners that we do with some of our shows and everything. But to have Mark Valencia, I mean, we're talking about one of the top biggest gardening creators in the world, to come and join with us, is really great. And then to have Nate along for the conversation too. That was just a really, really awesome show that day. And Again, yeah, to our top 3 shows in the top 5 there, all with our good friend Nate Murray from Garden Like a Viking, which I thought was really appropriate because, yeah, he was just on with us just yesterday. And we were also on with him over at Garden Like a Viking as well, too. We did an interview over there, did kind of a bit of a double header yesterday. So,
yes. So for those of you who missed that episode, that would be in yesterday's show. And there's a link to the, to Enoch's to Garden Like a Viking channel where he had this special episode with Enoch as the featured guest. So that's in that.
yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
I have some special facts that I want to give in a couple minutes, but I just thought we'd check in with the audience in the meantime.
Yeah, yeah. What? Everybody's just kind of chatting away over there, and
Okay.
let's see here. I'm not sure. So I'd love to see them with Don Felder and Randy Meisner. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, again, great suggestions. We'll have to get in. Or wait, oh no, we're talking Oh, okay, I see what they're talking music. I'm thinking, it's
Okay.
some other garden. Okay,
Because
this
we
is what
got
I'm
into that distraction about the
Yep,
talking
yep.
about singing and stuff like that. So
All
everybody-
right, I get what you're doing out there now. I was thinking there was another suggestion there.
So Bowtie's going, I'm going off script. So are you guys, you know?
That's right.
Focus on something fun. But hey, we're all having a good time. It's a celebration day. I'm just going to throw out a couple quick facts before my little section here is going to end. And what I wanted to do was just let you guys know a couple interesting facts. First of all, that this channel was created on January 11th, 2017.
Yeah.
That's when Enoch created the channel.
Yeah.
The live streams started about 4 years ago. There is about 18,400 subscribers for right now, but you can like and share and do things to help bring those numbers to a higher level. Bring a friend next time you come to our live.
That's right. Bring a friend. Share with your garden friends out there.
Yep. We have 643 videos at this time.
643. I don't even,
Correct.
you know how long it's been since I've looked at any of those numbers. Unbelievable.
But one very interesting figure that I'm going to leave with before my portion ends is, and I'm not sure if Enoch knows this one, I'm pretty sure your audience doesn't, is the total views now is 1,037,000. So you have over 1 million views to this channel now. Soak that in. Did you know that?
Over 1 million views. That's amazing, isn't it?
1,037,000.
37,000. Millionaire. We're millionaires over here.
And that was my kind of like sneaky extra little surprise for you. I'm pretty sure.
Again, it's so I haven't looked at those numbers in such a long time and everything too. It's just so crazy to think about in the long run. And again, when we look back in some of those older videos and looking at some of those numbers that have changed, like that, like I was saying about that 75-cent bucket video, right? The last I think I looked at that or seen a number on that one when it was really starting to catch on after a couple of years was around 30,000. I had no clue that it was up to 120 now. Holy smokes, it's amazing and just so crazy to think about when this all just started on a whim with kind of the idea of like I needed something extra to do, a little to go along with I guess my what was a hobby turning into a lifestyle and all that sort of stuff, and I'd been following all these just amazing gardeners and people in the gardening community for so many years that and for so many years it didn't occur to me to think of even doing my own channel until Ray Browning was giving away a couple of his old cameras he was using for his channel Praxis 55712, and he's got a retired channel now, so you can't find him anymore doing anything, but he was giving away these cameras and I entered to win the cameras, Jay. And I just entered because they were his, and I was just, see if I can win them. And I never thought about what I would do with them or anything like that when it came down to it. Mind you, I didn't win the cameras, but what it did was it set that seed inside of my mind that over the next few months or so just kind of developed into this. Yeah, maybe I could have done something with those cameras. Maybe I should, make some videos or something. And then that's when I was really like, yeah, I've got this video camera right in my hand with my phone. And then we just started going off, and and just look at where we are today. It's just really amazing. We're not one of those big, huge, giant channels or anything like that. But you know what? As far as I'm concerned, we're really, really, this channel is just amazing. I get so much more out of it than I ever could have imagined.
Well, actually, even since the new year, our regular Saturday shows and our Monday shows are all growing in the various different stats. And I can throw out numbers and stuff related to it. I've already kind of given you guys enough stats and data and information, I think, for now. You have a limited tolerance for that stuff. This is supposed to be an education entertainment show. But I do want to let you know that we are growing, we are improving, and it's for you and about you. And I just wanted to sort of surprise, before I kind of finished off my section, I wanted to give Enoch that inspiring number of you have more than 1 million views for this channel.
Unbelievable. Let's get 1 million more. Let's go after it, right? Woo!
Can enjoy the first 1 million.
I know, that's right. And these first 200 of this amazing show and everything too, because just like Jay says, the show is for you, and about the gardening community, and it's just, again, you all make this so worth it. All the time that it takes to put this all together, whether it's the videos or the show, all that sort of stuff just makes it so worth it to take that effort to be able to share with all of you and get such great responses from every one of you, especially over the years. Just so many wonderful people have been a part of this channel.
So please share with us your thoughts, your channel being made for you. So let us know in the chat, let us know in the comments, send us an email. We want to hear what shows you liked, how you would like things to change or improve, guests that you really like, new guests that we should have, because we're trying to create a channel for you. And just for you to know before I sign off, is I kind of hinted to Enoch that I was going to give him a couple of little surprises, maybe slightly outside his comfort zone, but let him know what they were. And one was this going on. Admittedly, very strange. And the other thing was I wanted to hold back and give him just before the end of the show, which he's going to do a wrap in a few minutes, about that 1 million views.
Wow, that's just
well
amazing.
More than 1 million views for a small channel like this.
And that's all you guys, that's all the folks out there who have taken the time to watch and view videos and our live streams and all that sort of stuff. Again, too, just amazing. So awesome, everybody. It's so awesome to be here with you all. And Jay, too, jumping in with us to join us here at the end of the show to share all of this stuff with you. I mean, wow, what a surprise. What a great way to, finish up this 200th episode of the Let's Get Growing show. And like I said, we got lots more in store for you still.
So I'm going to sign off now, but I want you guys to stick around as Enoch talks about past shows and future shows. And I hope to see you all tomorrow, where we're going to have another episode, which Enoch will be giving us a little teaser about in a few minutes. But thanks to everybody. Thanks for tolerating some of my color outside the lines unusualness. But I did want to do something kind of celebratory for our 200th episode. Anyway, stick around as Enoch talks about future shows.
Excellent. Thanks again, Jay, for being here with us today. Thank you for sharing all that wonderful information about our show and channel. And again, we'll look forward to seeing you here real soon, because again, I got an announcement about what's coming up next week. So it won't be too long. We'll be seeing the J-Bot again here real soon. Thanks, Jay.
Bye.
All right, here we are back at it again, just to finish up again this really wonderful day here to spend with all of you guys, celebrating our 200th episode of the show. I mean, how amazing is that? 200. And it was really great to hang out and talk with our good friend Wendi Phan. Like I said, she was our very first guest on our 100th episode, as well as now our 200th episode. And also, as mentioned earlier too, we've got the new Green Room show. I'll mention here in a minute what we got coming up, but that just means that we're going to be fastly heading towards that 300th episode too. So I'm sure that'll be coming around just before we know it and everything too. But in a show doing a show like this, it's fun to be able to celebrate these types of milestones, because as I mentioned before, I started this out as just an idea, kind of like it was out of kind of COVID and learning about and getting familiar with like Zoom and being able to do interviews or discussions with folks like that and everything. And then I learned about StreamYard and what it was able to do and other platforms like this, and just thought, man, it would be really fun to build up something that's just, more of a, of course you get a ton of education through our show for sure, but also, it's really about, getting to meet and learn from and hear garden stories from all of the just amazing people in our gardening community, especially all of these just really awesome, as my friend NBC puts it, these amazing luminaries in the gardening community, these awesome communicators, who are out there with their own channels, Instagrams. We get folks who've got their own television shows and radio shows, authors, all sorts of amazing gardening communicators that we've been able to have on this show. And you won't find the type of variety of guests and people and entertainment in gardening as you will right here on the Let's Get Growing show, for sure. So definitely, everybody, we want to make sure that we're sharing out there and letting all of our friends and people know, so we definitely want to make sure that they can come along and hang out with all of us as well too, and get the chance to meet all of these just really, really amazing people that we get to see here each and every weekend on the show. So, all right, let's go ahead and finish this and wrap this all up, but I got to let you know what we've got coming up. And first of all, too, I want to mention here, we do have our monthly gardening book club, as we were talking about just a little bit earlier when we were mentioning the epic tomatoes we did with Craig LaHoulier. And look at all of those amazing, those are all books that we did this last year as far as our book club right there. But fun thing is, as you saw at the beginning of the show, our good friend Mr. NBC in the Garden joins with us live for our gardening book club each and every month on the third Sunday of the month. And for March, we got coming back on the show with us, Gary Pilarczyk. Yeah, we got him for our book club this time, and we're going to talk all about his book, Growing an Edible Landscape. Yeah. How to transform your outdoor space into a food garden. This is a really, really great book. Gary's one of those just amazing OG gardeners, as I was mentioning, that I got to learn from many, many years ago, as well, as well as being a guest here on our show. Like I said, just so amazing. And then, okay, so for next week, we also got coming up here for the Let's Get Growing show on Saturday, our Saturday show next week. That's right. It's going to be another community show. What a better way to celebrate 200 episodes of the Let's Get Growing show by following it up next week with another community show. These are just really awesome. This is where you, the audience, are the guest. That's right. You, all of you wonderful viewers who spend your time with us each and every weekend. It's your opportunity to come and join with us on the show. I'll give you guys the show link, and then you can hook up with us like one of those old radio call-in shows, except for it's video. So you got to hook up your video, come and join live with us like all of our guests. And that's where we'll have J-Bot back with us, as she's co-hosting our community shows with us throughout this new year and everything of doing these. These are just such a wonderful thing we did last year. Had so much fun. It's always great to be able to hang out with you guys and spend some time with this show, dedicating it to you all, the community who really makes this show so worth doing. And then, of course, we've got our Sunday edition next week, and next week is the second Sunday of the month. And on the second Sunday of the month, we've got our good friend Gardener Scott Wilson joins with us for Ask Gardener Scott. And this is where he'll answer all all of your gardening questions as well as a few of mine. We'll have a great conversation with him coming up. You won't want to miss out on that, as well as our new show, The Green Room. That's right, The Green Room, with our good friend Natalie from the Fresh Princesses joining us. And again, we got this coming up tomorrow night. Remember, this one's for next Monday. Next Monday on the show, we've got Rebecca from Happy Heart Gardens joining with us, along with Josh from Uncle Josh Gardens, the plant techie. And those two will be joining Natalie and I for a really fun conversation. Like I said, if you haven't had a chance to check out The Green Room, you're definitely going to want to do that as well. It's really fun. We've got some cool stuff, a little bit different, a little bit the same, but it's a really great show. And we've been just really enjoying it. So we'd really, really enjoy having you all along for that as well, too. Also, real quick, I know there were a couple of questions that popped in there as well for me too, and I just wanted to mention these real quick here. Nope was asking just a little bit earlier, what is that plant right above my hat? Looks like witch hair or something. Is that a spider plant? It's hard to see the top, but it's very but I see this every live stream and want to know what it is. Yep, it's a spider plant. This one right here. And I always tell about that is a little cool little story about that spider, not this spider plant in particular, but spider plants in general was my very first plant I got to propagate and grow myself. I was probably about 6 or 7 years old, and my mom was big into house plants as well too. And she, brought me up and taught me how to do all of that sort of stuff. And that was my very first one. I propagated and grew in my own room, and it grew just as big and awesome and produced little spiderlets as well too. And I was able to propagate those and give those away and do things right from a very, very young age. So that was really fun. And then also Nope asked as well too, have we had John Kohler on? He's great. Well, I'm just going to tell you, John Kohler is probably probably one of the coolest parts of my whole adventure in getting into gardening online and sharing with all of you through YouTube and everything, because John was one of my favorite gardeners and I followed him for many, many years. And what I did was I rewarded myself after my very first year of doing our channel here and making videos. I said, if I can do consistent videos, I'm going to go down to the Heirloom Exposition and I'm going to go watch John Kohler's talk and hopefully get a chance to meet up with him. And so we mentioned the spider plant that's right above me. Let's see if I can do this. Right there is a picture of me meeting John Kohler for the very first time. And that was probably one of the big experiences for me very early on. But you know what the amazing thing was, and one of the amazing things about the gardening community and the people I've gotten to meet and all of that sort of stuff is that they're all just wonderful, truly amazing people. And that really goes for John Kohler too. He is as authentic as his videos are. And he's really become a really, really good friend, just like Wendi, people that I've gotten to know in person, people I message and talk with all the time, and just has become a really good friend. Wendi mentioned as well too, towards the end there, I got to get back down there and we'll go do another hike and all of that too, is that we used to go and do hikes after the Heirloom Exposition was over. So John and Wendi and I would go out and do some really cool hikes and stuff afterwards and everything, and do all sorts of stuff. We've done all sorts of great things. I've been to both of his homes to shoot videos, and I've got stories about all of that too, and how he got me, got in and did a video with me very early on. You can find in our older videos and all of that as well. And he's been a guest here several different times, although the first few times we had to pre-record him because he wasn't too sure about doing live streaming, but the last few times we've gotten him here on with us live too. So again, one of our very good friends. Really glad and cool. And thank you for mentioning all of that too. I'd love to be able to share all of that stuff too, because it's just again, it just comes down to this gardening community, man. It just comes down to folks like John and Wendi and and Nate and all these just amazing people, Scott, and all of these wonderful people who have just been so supportive of the things that I've been doing here, and that goes just as well for all of you as well too. I can't do this sort of thing without both sides of this. Just the wonderful folks, these luminaries and communicators in the gardening world to come participate with us, and what would it be worth doing if there wasn't amazing people like you all who are joining with us here each and every week to enjoy these shows? So again, everybody, it's just so amazing. Again, 200 episodes. I can't believe it. And you know what? We're going to be right back at it for 201 tomorrow night. Again, we're going to have a great show here on the Green Room. And we've got G Mama Grows and Habitual Hobbies we've seen in the chat with everybody. So come and meet her tomorrow night on the Green Room, everybody. And I'll see all of you then.
All right, I gotta run. See you on the flippy flops.